Hello everyone, Cobweb Rose here, and today I am doing a day hike on the Mountains to Sea Trail here in North Carolina. So the MST is a 1,175 mile hike, paddle, and or bike trail that runs the width of the state of North Carolina. And this is actually not my first time on this trail. Actually, if you've hiked the Appalachian Trail through the Smokies, the MST runs concurrently with that trail for 4.1 miles around Clingman's Dome, and Clingman's Dome is actually the western terminus of the Mountains to Sea Trail. Now, I decided that since I don't have a ton of time to do longer hikes, I'm going to start stringing together a bunch of shorter sections over weekends and whenever I've got extra time, so that eventually I can put a through hike of the MST under my belt, as well as the through hike of the AT that I did last year. So this is the start of a grand mini part adventure, and I'm very excited. And today I'm doing a 7.8 mile section from Craven Gap, where I started right at the Blue Ridge Parkway, to the Blue Ridge Parkway Visitor Center. So my husband was kind enough to drop me off at the start, and I'll be hiking back to my vehicle at the finish, and I'm excited to see what this trail holds. Okay, so a little more about the MST for those of you who are unfamiliar with it. I told you the western terminus is Clingman's Dome in the Smokies. The eastern terminus is actually the highest dune in Jockey's Ridge State Park on the coast, out near Cape Hatteras. And the Mountains to Sea Trail is really kind of a cultural and heritage trail for North Carolina. Hence why there's options for you to not only hike it, but also bicycle it. And there's an alternate route that you can take that's a paddle route at the Neuse River. So a lot of people choose to aqua blaze it or even yellow blaze it on a bicycle. So it's definitely a very diverse trail. It's very interesting. It actually walks through a lot of towns and cities, including Asheville, and it's broken up into 18 different sections. So today I'm hiking in section 3, which is the one that runs right near Asheville, and I'm actually planning a hike in section 18, which is the one all the way over on the coast, for some point later on this summer. I'll keep you guys posted on that. So pretty excited to delve into this trail, not just to be back out in nature on a trail, which I love, but also because I think it's going to be a really, really cool way to explore my home state from a trail perspective. So pretty psyched. And it is going to be hot though. It is hot today. It's like 78 degrees now, and it should top at 80. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I would do more today hiking wise, but I was driving back from visiting someone this morning, and so it's past 2 o'clock when I'm getting on trail. So goal is to finish by 6:30 with my 7.8 miles, and we'll see how that goes. Currently I am doing a little slip and sliding on the trail just because it poured and thunderstormed all last night in this area. So fingers crossed, not bad blowdowns, no stream crossings that'll be impassable, and hopefully I don't slide down the side of the mountain. But this is beautiful trail so far, and I'm just out. I'm so excited to be out hiking again. Barriers at confusing intersections are always helpful. We'll be taking the Mountains to Sea Trail, thank you. Some beautiful stone steps the trail crew definitely worked hard to put in. So one thing I've noticed so far about this particular segment of the MST is that it's not super well marked, and there's a lot of very established looking rabbit trails that go to nowhere or go to old trail beds or just random places. Sometimes they go up to parking lots on the Parkway, in which case they're completely legitimate, but it's just kind of difficult because they look so well established. And even though it's more clear, you know, that you're hiking on the right trail when you're on it. When you're hiking a trail like the Appalachian Trail, you stand next to one blazed tree and another blazed tree should be within your line of sight. Here on the MST, it's not superbly blazed. So you'll see a white round on one tree, but then, you know, you'll walk a quarter of a mile before you see, you know, quarter of a mile, half a mile before you see the next one. And you might pass like 4 different rabbit trails in between. So word of warning, if you're out here, just make sure you're paying attention to where you are on this trail and that you're always following the correct trails so you don't get lost. And if you have any doubts, I'm using Far Out, and Far Out does have a GPS function, so I've had to check my position a couple of times to make sure that I'm still following the actual trail. But definitely make sure you have something with GPS capability just in case you can't find the round when you need to find it. Beautiful view of Hall Creek Overlook. So this Hall Creek Overlook is marked as a flag in Far Out as Lunch Rock, and it's a really short, like probably less than 0.1 mile side trail to a really open rock face with beautiful views down to the valley. 10 out of 10 recommend. So I just scared a bear and her 2 cubs. They're still right up there. They didn't go very far. I did do the scaring first, and now I'm doing the filming later. And now I'm going to leave because I don't want to disturb them anymore. They're pretty cute though. They're just cuter from farther away. Just came out of the woods there. About to cross the Blue Ridge Parkway, head into the woods on the other side. So you guys remember how I told you this was like a cultural heritage walk through North Carolina? So, you probably noticed the trail looks really ritzy right now, and it's because I'm getting ready to come up on the Folk Art Center off the Blue Ridge Parkway, and it features a lot of local artisans with local artwork and has some of these really pretty walking paths that happen to be on the MST. There's the Folk Art Center. I just found this really cool MST plaque. I mean, it's just a little bit of a wonky bridge. So I just ran into an absolutely lovely gentleman named Tom who's out here doing a day hike, and we were just kind of casually passing each other, exchanged a few words, and then all of a sudden he starts going his way, I start going my way, and he turns around and goes, "Are you a long distance through hiker?" And I said, "Yes, but not currently." He said, "What trail did you do?" I said, "I did the AT last year." He goes, "I did the AT 5 years ago." And so Tom and I stood around for a bit and got to talk about the AT and reminisce, and it was great. And he sounds like he has a whole litany of adventures planned. And Tom, if you ever do find this channel, best of luck to you. Have a blast, because it sounds like you are out there living your best life. Someone's home has horses right off the trail. That's so cool. So does this qualify as leg day? Oh, sweet. It's a highway underpass. That's cool. Well, this highway overpass looks appropriately sketchy. Ooh, tunnel. All right, so I just hit the junction for my pull-off to get back to where I parked today, which is up that way at the Blue Ridge Parkway Visitor Center. Point 3, so it was a 7.5 mile day to start out my lash of the Mountains to Sea Trail. Super fun, really nice terrain. Was able to go really fast, met some pretty cool people, and definitely got a pretty good sampling of the MST running almost concurrently with the Blue Ridge Parkway, and it was a lot of fun. Definitely can't wait to get back on trail, and I hope you guys will join me for more sections in the future. And that's a wrap.